Hey, what's up, y'all? Today, my topic is about basically like balanced energy, like masculine and feminine, right? But I'm gonna use Clarissa Shields and Papoose as a reference point, as an example. So, everybody in life, everything in life, but let's just say people, keep it with people. We all got masculine and feminine energy that make us up. Different proportions, it show up differently, give us different character traits, personality traits, ways of expression, shit like that, right? So, keeping it to the example of Clarissa Shields and Papoose. Clarissa Shields is a woman, a regular woman, a visibly feminine woman, but also naturally and visibly masculine too. Like how she show up in the world, her gift, her talent, her passion is boxing. And she one of the greatest boxers really ever, male or female, but you know what I'm saying? She one of the greatest boxers, and at this time right now. So, she been a lot more like media visible the last year or so, or whatever, however long it's been. And there's been a lot of mixed reviews, but mostly hate from people, and really mostly from females, because she's like the perfect one, just a good example of a balanced woman in both her energies, her masculine and feminine essence, right? The obvious masculinity part of her is the boxing. She's a boxer, she's not just doing it for shits and giggles. Like, she do that shit at a high level, and she talks shit, she all that shit, she give you all that, but she still carry herself and dresses feminine, right? Like, she be looking good to me. People be getting on her about like her specific style and all that goofy ass shit, but it's like, bro, it's the energy more than what she actually wears, right? It's the energy she give off and that she exude and that she just embodies. And it's damn near like you can't really tell the difference almost, you know what I'm saying, outside of her being a woman. But boom, let's say Papoose now too. Papoose is a man. Obviously he a man, masculine, but his profession is rap, right? He make music. I'm gonna say that's like art is a feminine expression, right? Artistry is a feminine expression. I'm into music. I make music. I like music. I love music all my life. I can rap, I can sing, I can dance, I can do all that shit. It's a feminine expression. Now, that don't make you feminine within yourself. Just like a woman being a boxer don't make her masculine within just that alone, right? Because boxing is a pretty masculine thing. So Papoose, he just like, not to say I know the guy, but he seemed like a pretty reserved, chill guy, you know what I'm saying, laid back nigga. So when you got those two balances and polarities come together, it's like a perfect union in a sense. Now, yeah, ain't nothing perfect in life, but they complement each other, right? Bruh, not some super duper hyper masculine, you know what I'm saying, Arnold Schwarzenegger ass nigga, egg yolks and 5,000 push-ups ass nigga. But he's, you know what I'm saying, he's still a man. He could box too, he boxed too. And I don't know what that looked like exactly for them in their relationship, but he could box too. He ain't no slouch, he ain't no bitch ass nigga, right? We seen, let's add another layer of femininity to bruh. Bruh was with Remy Ma for however many years they was together. Bruh held her down while she was in prison. She was doing prison time and he held her down, right? Like, no holds barred, everybody knew this, he wasn't hiding nothing, right? He ain't no scandals around that nigga name, ain't no cheating rumors, ain't no none of that shit, ain't no nothing. Okay, cool, he holding her down. Remy Ma, on the other hand, she is the perfect example of a hyper masculine female that makes up a lot of the social landscape nowadays. Majority of females in America are hyper masculine in their own way, some kind of way, shape, or form, right? And she the perfect example of that. She came home, and I ain't saying it's the first thing she did, but she ended up cheating on bro. Like, we all know what happened. We all seen it. Boom. And it was mixed reviews about that. Some people was like, oh, you know, yeah, oh, she, like a lot of females, the hyper masculine ones, they like agree with her, or like they didn't necessarily disagree with her doing that, right? Because they can relate to that. Because as a hyper masculine female, you carry yourself more like a guy. So having multiple partners or messing with multiple dudes, you know, at one time, or whatever the fuck it is, it's not far-fetched for you, right? And bro was doing right by her in a sense. Like, I ain't heard Remy Ma come out with no like counter story about him doing her dirty or none. Like, I don't know. Ain't nobody else come forward either, right? So bro was kind of in the feminine role in a sense in that union, specific union. Well, that don't mean bruh is completely feminine himself, just matched up with a hyper masculine female, and him just being a regular masculine guy with a balance of feminine energy. He was in a feminine role in that union. So now he with Clarissa. I don't know who she was with before him, or I don't know anything about, you know, her like past relationships and shit like that. But in this one, you know what I'm saying, she in her role as a feminine woman. Like, she support bruh support, like they support each other, they compliment each other. It's not like, it ain't no big you, little I, ain't no none of that shit in that shit, because it's complimentary. They compliment each other, right? He support her in boxing, training, whatever the fuck else, you know, promoting her, showing up for her, protecting her, all that shit, loving her out loud, all that shit, right? She support him in the same way. And, you know, neither one of them got each other out here looking dumb. She ain't disrespecting bruh. She ain't, you know, overstepping her boundaries in public. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? She in her lane, they in their own lane together. It's a lot of females, and it's a lot of bitch ass, dick eating ass niggas too that hate on her. Like, specifically her though, right? Because she is a personification of what a lot of females wish they were, and a lot of dudes wish they could be with like a woman like that, right? You know, even dudes will try to downplay the fact that she can fight, bro. Like, she would beat your fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, just the average regular dude, don't got no real fighting experience skills, especially not boxing, she would beat you the fuck up. And females too, like, and they know that. So I feel like that's why they be hating. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know she will beat you up, and she can beat you up. All that voicing your opinion online, y'all gonna keep that shit online, cause you know if you saw her in person, you wouldn't say the shit that you saying online to her. You get what I'm saying? Especially like, and she ain't one of them like viciously modest, humble. Like, she pop her shit and back it up. She spawn with niggas. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a disconnect in society, right? Because a lot of us, male and female, are disconnected from ourselves. A lot of males are disconnected from the feminine aspects that make them up, right? A lot of males are ashamed of their feminine side, right? They don't want to acknowledge that they have one, that this and this and that. The average male in society, just name one, pick one that you know. It might even be you watching this video. The average female in society, and you know what's crazy? It's like both male and female shun, have disconnected from the feminine aspect within them, but they use it for performative reasons. And I explain that as, like, it show up in females, like a female will pretend or like learn some tricks of the trade that she can use, tactics that she can use that are quote unquote feminine to get what she want from guys, but she's still operating in a mostly masculine essence, right? She seeks to abuse guys as a resource. She seeks to take from guys, and that's it. She don't want to give nothing back. She don't want to build with a nigga. She don't want to listen to it, like nothing like that, right? It's a lot of dudes who are willing to give up their masculinity and present themselves as feminine in order to gain access to certain spaces, be accepted in society, shit like that. Like, that's why you see it's so many feminine dudes walk around talking all that shit like that, and they mannerisms and all that. Nigga won't stick his chest out. Nigga won't, you know, be bold and loud and, you know, whatever like that. Nigga won't stand on business. Nigga won't stand up for the truth. Nigga will allow some fuck shit to happen to him or around him so he don't seem like a threat, right? So he can have access to things. That's what society has trained us on. So those are the ones that have a problem with Clarissa Shields and just like those kind of people, right? And these kind of situations. A regular, this is really just a regular union, y'all. This ain't no super special this and that. It's just something we not really used to seeing. A balanced male and a balanced female that complement each other and that genuinely fuck with and love each other. And it's, you know what I'm saying, showing that we see that shit out loud and publicly, right? We not used to seeing that. So to those who know deep within themselves they aren't operating in that kind of way, it's a threat to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like it exposed their insecurities. I don't even know why I got my headphones on, but it exposed their insecurities, right? So yeah, that's really, I ain't got too much to say on that, y'all. That's really all I got on that, at least for right now. But yeah, and you can apply this to, I mean, let me see if I can give another example, another immediate example or something. Oh, it's hard because there's just so many people that's off kilter, that's off balance, that's imbalanced. There's way more examples of imbalanced relationships. Like, let's say an older fit, like let's say Tracy Ellis Ross, right? Tracy Ellis Ross and all these other old bras that are preying on younger males. That's an imbalance. That's a female like Vivica A. Fox, right? And we see all these females, older females, like specifically older females, 40 plus, 50s and all that shit. They you know, slowly but surely over the years have been coming out reluctantly, you know, or however forced or strained it is, but they've been coming out speaking on their situation. They experienced as a hyper masculine female, and they tired of being alone, and they want a man, and this and that, and it still be a part of them that's like they can't all the way let that shit land, right? They can't all the way be accountable and publicly acknowledge and be seen as they just was wrong, bro. Like you was living wrong, and that's okay. Like most of us were in our own way. It's just some of us either caught it quicker and, you know, started the process of walking ourselves back through, you know, those layers and that programming and deep programming ourselves and reprogramming ourselves. Some of us didn't even receive the same programming as deeply or at all for real in our growing up times, or we ain't adopted, you know, later on in life or none like that, male or female. Let's just say for males that look like a hyper feminine male, right? Like Drake, Young Thug, all these bitch ass hyper feminine dudes, right? And like I'm gonna say Young Thug specifically, like, cause a lot of females that I know in my real life love the shit out this nigga, right? I'm talking about Jeffrey, all this, and you know, I fuck with Cuz too. I fuck with his music, all this shit. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, hating or nothing like that. But him himself, he said in the interview, I don't remember what podcast or show he was on, radio show, whatever, but he came on his own fucking mouth and said, you know what? I had to stop wearing nail polish. I had to stop wearing dress and doing certain things because my son started to see it and he wanted to copy it, right? So when I heard that, it's like, well, bro, if that's what you've been doing, that's how you living, that's how you show up in life, why do you care if your son do it too, right? So it's like these niggas know they fucking wrong, right? It's like I seen Saucy Santana on Big Facts podcast. This was like 2 years ago, a couple years ago or something like that. He talking about, they asked him like jokingly they asked him though, but they was like, you know, do you ever think you'll stop being gay, or you ever come to a time where you stop being gay? That nigga said, yeah, maybe when I get older, like 40 or something, I'm be too old to be gay, this and this and that. And it's like, yeah, cause deep, like all these people deep down inside, they know that they only living this way, present themselves this way, cause they was taught, they was trained, taught to be this way. They seen this as like a survival tactic to get where they want to be, get what they want in life. But deep down inside, they know that's not really them. Like studs, dykes, whatever you want to call them, like lesbians, but not just regular feminine like young and maids and shit like that, and the brats and shit like that. They, you know, I ain't saying specifically them have came out and said things, but a lot of them are reverting back to their feminine essence. Like, think about this. It's studs who have children. I know in real life and just across life. It's studs, females who present super masculine, baggy pants, this and that, all that, and one of the guys, but have children from prior relationships. So that means something in you regular growing up was regular until something happened. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's just like the dudes you was with, that shit ain't go the way you wanted to, so you know what I'm saying? You jump ship, you jump the line. But think about it, like, why would a female who quote unquote hate males, right? You hate niggas, you hate dealing with niggas, they lie, they all do the same thing. You go get with a female who is copying what niggas do, who copying how niggas are, right? You go get with a female that look like a fucking nigga. And guess the fuck what? They be cheating, you know what I'm saying? Learning that two females, like female on female relationships, marriages, whatever the fuck, have the highest, what they call that shit, domestic violence, domestic abuse rates, all that shit, bro, divorce, like all that shit. So it's like, statistically and just in the real life, deep down, the parts that people just don't regularly and readily show you. These people know the life they living ain't really the life that they want to live for real, right? So yeah, that's my piece today on that. Balance yourselves, y'all. It's okay to be a man, and like I consider myself a very balanced man, right? I have feminine energy, I have feminine ways, I got whatever the fuck you want to call it. I like music, I like to dance, I like to talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? I care, I'm very caring, I'm nurturing, I'm all that shit. Those are feminine things, y'all. But, you know, women, females that I admire or I fuck with, I respect, they have pointed, they even in times where I didn't just consciously think of myself as masculine, like they have pointed out to me how masculine I am, right? I just think I'm a regular dude, but other people see you for who you are and what you are, right? And I don't know, I'm just rambling right now, y'all, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all get the fucking point. Balance, not more this, less it. Like, well, you know, I'm gonna say this. For me as a man, my balance is like range from like 60-40 to like 80 plus 20 something on the masculine feminine scale, right? It just depend on what it just depend what's going on, what's necessary in the moment, what's, you know, whatever. But I appreciate myself, so you should appreciate yourself too. If you don't love yourself for who you are, start to fucking day. Do that shit.